Hi everyone, welcome back to WHU TV. We are now at episode 9 of this live daily chat with John. You're broadcasting on Facebook and YouTube. Guys, I hope you're all doing well, as I always do. As you know, my name is John, your host, as always. So guys, comment straight away. Rick Cog has given us a tenner already. Thank you very much, Rick. Much appreciated. I hope you're doing all right. And remember to administer the chat tonight, mate. We need some vigilance. That's very, very kind of you, mate. I much appreciated. And also, my thanks goes out to Rick as well, for that matter, because he's upgraded his Patreon status from being a squad player to a starting 11 player. So, Rick, thank you very much for that, mate. I'm much appreciated. Nick, good evening, mate. Hope you're doing all right. Hello, Bill's here. Good lad. Wally World's back, the other Patreon, and as always, mate, for the starting 11, the squad membership that you have for Patreon. Shout out to you on Twitter at 999 Wally World, and also at the end of this video there'll be a visual shout out to both Rick and Wally at the end of it as well. Okay, so guys, let's just have a few. There's quite a lot I want to talk about tonight, and thank you guys for returning first and foremost, of course. Rick, Nick says, mate, the troll is on Hammer's chat saying you're a homophobic. Wally's a knob. Everybody knows it's me. You know, the guys from Hammer's chat knows it's not me. Everyone knows when they make their appearance on West Ham Fan TV as well. They know that it's not me as well. Everybody knows it's not me, so I'm not really bothered about it, to be honest with you. But because it's just some little idiot, as simple as. Neil Ross, hello mate, happy Star Wars Day. Yeah, of course. May the 4th be with you. It's great that people are doing that. Still calling it that. Darren, good morning, mate. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Hope you're doing all right, fella. Henry James, hello. Everyone, hi, Darren, good, Henry, even good to see you again. Right, so let's kick. Right, so we've got a few people in. So let's start off with the first topic. Now, Darren will be able to testament from when I used to do the weekly thoughts videos. I always try and do a catch up on the previous stories as I've watched before. Guys, if you're new to the channel, welcome. This is a daily live video that's going to happen every single day, no matter what. I know I'm going to shoot myself in the foot to say that, no matter what, until we are out of the lockdown and we're all back to getting some form of normality, whatever the hell that's going to be, because normality is different for every single person. But the first thing I want to talk about. Vernon, this is my time slot. If they want to go live at the same time, that's entirely up to Gio. It's entirely up to him. But I can't hold off, mate, because it's live. I'm not going to just sit here. If Gio wants to go live at the same time when he knows I'm going live, that's entirely up to him. I'm not going to jeopardize my timing for anybody else, unfortunately. Vernon, by all means, pop back in afterwards and put your comments in the comments section if you missed the broadcast. But guys, let's crack on with it. As I say, the first thing I want to talk about is in the Bundesliga. There have been 10 players confirmed with coronavirus over the 36 clubs. It's an equivalent of just over 3.5, well, basically 3.5 players per team have got the coronavirus because they rushed things back. It's as simple as that, guys, and it really makes me laugh. I really hope that the Premier League doesn't follow suit and try and rush things back as well, because but guys, let me know what your thoughts are on this first and foremost, about the amount of the stupidity basically that's been gone over in Germany to try and rush players back. I think it's absolutely pathetic myself, but I want to get your thoughts on it, as always. So now is the time. Also, for that matter, coming on the same sort of thing, but as I say, I'm going to wait. There's another topic I want to talk about, but I'm just going to wait for you guys to have your say first and foremost. Hopefully, the notes will start coming through soon, and hopefully people will start actually typing. I'm hoping you guys are typing because nothing's coming through at the minute. It's always about always the awkward thing. But guys, as you can see, there's a new guitar here. I'm saying. So guys, by all means, please do answer the question that I've put to you as soon as you can, because I don't want to have any dead air here, and I appreciate that everyone's catching up with each other, but at the same point, I need you guys to answer the question, because this is the whole point of this format. Because if it isn't adhered to, there's no point in me doing it. Wally was multitasking. Gio was done now. I was watching you both. Yeah, and the count is shot straight up. But as I said, for everybody there's always late. This is why I always try and make you guys know that it's at half 6. To say it's entirely up to Gio. There's nothing towards him in any shape or form. Robert Agresto, hello mate, good to see you. Hope you're all doing all right. Now he can focus. Well, you should be able to focus because you've been drinking bloody Coors Light, mate. That's water. It's water. And Charlie, if you're watching, mate, congratulations. Look, everyone's trickling in now. So Rebecca's here. Hello, hon. Hope you still haven't got your migraine. Rob says, oh, hang on. Everyone's filing in now. Nick says, sorry, mate, what was the question? Honestly, you lot. Too quick to come out of lockdown, and they have been testing. Yeah. So as I said, the question is, there's been 10 players found to over 36 clubs in the Bundesliga. So I want to with the coronavirus. So I want to get your thoughts on it. Ian Cooks, hello mate, good to see you. Hope you're all right. Darren says, surprised the Germans would, in my eyes, jump the gun. Yeah. Agreed. Bill says, shocking what Germany has done, far too early to return. That's why Vernon. That's why I've re-asked it. No, we are loyalties lie. One was says Rocky Mountain spring water. Foshizi, hello, glad you could join us, mate. Steve, hello, mate. Good to see you. Hope you're doing all right. Robert says they pushed too soon and now they are paying for it. Agreed. Ben Davis, hello, mate. Germany surprised me that they would have come out of lockdown just yet. Yeah, it's Harrison. Harrison, hello, mate. Good to see you again. So we've got 2 moderators in the chat tonight. Hopefully both will stick around for the entire length of time. Wally was to say they started playing matches yet. Nothing that I can see because all the players are back in training from what I can see. But apparently it's going to do the same and not learn the lesson from the Germans. Very, 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 very possible. But when it came out of the video, as we were talking about last night, where are we? Just to get my notes back up again. Project Restart seems to be being aimed for around about the 12th or maybe the 19th at latest, depending on everything. But it has been confirmed today because, as we talked about last night, there were reports that an unnamed Premier League club has given their players the option to opt out after opt out of the games if and when Project Restart happens. And now, more importantly, it was confirmed earlier today that people are going to the clubs are going to be the clubs are actually going to be talking to their players first and then come to a decision, which is probably going to be this time next week, because obviously the normal case of things, they meet on a Friday, but this Friday is a bank holiday, which is set to celebrate the anniversary of VE Day. So going back to the first question, Rebecca says, I think Germany are paying the price for it now for attempting it too soon. If we can learn one thing, it is watch Germany. Agreed. Vernon says, it just made it obvious it is too far too soon to resume even training, never mind any form of match, even behind closed doors. Completely agree. Wally says, did the German players catch it in practice? I didn't see that part of the article, mate, to be honest with you. And Ian says Germans certainly restarted things too soon. Really hope that we don't do the same. But money talks, and clubs need cash to survive. They actually, Ian, we'll come on to that in just a little moment, because some clubs don't. Some clubs do. Some clubs don't. But guys, so let me know your thoughts. As things stands at the moment, bearing in mind that the infection rates even though they are still saying an extra 2,000 compared to how many, or 2,000, 3,000, 400,000, whatever the infection rates are jumping, it's still jumping on lower values, and there's less people in hospital now, and there's less and less people dying. I mean, obviously we don't want anyone to die, but the numbers are getting better. So we could be out at some point. Robert says, I'm sure whoever had contact with the players are now in quarantine. Wally, yep, agreed. And the thing is, there is probably going to be a second peak. Well, they've already got a second peak. It's just this is half the problem. It was confirmed last week, towards the latter end of last week, that they had a second peak. But also, where are we? So yeah, but the good news for change is, there's been reports coming out, and I've looked at various few sources, and they all seem to be saying the same thing, that a nearly 100% accurate coronavirus antibody test will be rolled out within the next 2 weeks. So that's just the start of it. It's not 100% accurate yet, but it's getting there. I really, really do think it's getting there. Beck says, I feel like our understanding of the virus and the discussion about a second wave shows that it's still too risky to plan too far ahead. Agreed, 100%. Okay, so, but it was interesting watching YouTube earlier today. There was a video on the was it UCSC channel with Kevin Nolan was interviewed by him while he was in the Etihad for some random reason. Nolan feels that it was a really quite good interview. He's talking about his pride of getting a hat-trick in a Tyne Wear derby, loads of things he really talked about. And one of the things he talked about, he said that he felt he made a mistake leaving West Ham, because we all thought that because all the reports that were coming out at the time was that he fell out with Slaven Bilic. What actually happened was he was going to have a move to another club, but that fell through at the last minute. And unfortunately, he was completely out of the game in total. Jay is so guys. Give me your thoughts on that. I mean, if things had been different and he'd have stayed under Bilic, would you have still taken him as club captain? Jay Yaz says, do you think as a result of Germany's setback it will affect the Premier League? 100% it will. 100%, because everyone's been using it as the watermark. Harrison says, do you want Jack Wilshere will go, and do you want him to go? Do you want, I think Jack, he's saying, do I want him to go, and when do I want him to go? I think that's what you're asking for. But please clarify that, mate. Beck says, Harrison probably keep, but he likely won't play. We wouldn't get much money, wouldn't get much for him anyway. Well, this is the interesting thing, because he did found out because of the testing. This is the interesting thing. Wilshere has said that he feels like he has unfinished business at West Ham, and doesn't want us fans to feel that he's been a waste of time, and is hoping for a fresh start. Opinions on this, please, people. Interesting what you sound. We say Wally says, I totally agree. People in the UK were told to isolate at home and rest. A lot of people aren't actually doing that. So, guys, I've asked you quite a few questions and nobody's answering them. So, what thoughts about Nolan? Would you still have him as club captain if he hadn't tried to take that other route 5 years ago? Darren says that they're just unlocking the lockdown slowly in Thailand. Robert says, I just want to get some bang for my buck. We pay Wilshere enough. Foe says Wilshere is a waste of money. Wally says absolutely. He loves Nolan. So, guys, anyone else? Would anybody else take him? Because we've talked about quite a few things already. Nobody's really answering them. Nick, I'll come to your thing in a minute, mate. Harrison says something. Get your ass moving, then he don't do much, and if he does, he gets hurt. Rebex says apparently, come on. It's going a bit weird at the minute. Yeah, I get that with Jack. I listened to the Lockdown Tactics podcast with Snoddy, and he wants to come back and show us, but honestly, he is such an injury concern. Completely agree. Jay Jazz says, Jay Yaz even says, yes, I would have Nolan as captain. Rick agrees. It's not a bad shout, mate, to be honest with you. Look, I'd love to see him back. He does have a lot to bring to us. Definitely. Foshi said Nolan moved on, out of choice. Noble was destined to be captain. Agreed, 100%. But it looks like that. I say he had a move and it didn't work out, so which is a bit of a shame. Which is why he went to try and do his badges and everything instead. Nolan as club captain back in the day, yes. So, Darren, do you mean you wouldn't take him now if you had the choice? I mean, obviously, he's backroom staff, but if things have been different. Vernon says Nolan was underappreciated. Completely agree. But he would have been in the same boat as Noble is now, i.e. older and slower, but a leader for the dressing room. Yeah, I was one of many people that was saying that Nolan was too slow. But knew where to, he was a bit of a poacher, knew where to get with him all. Get in the places. Nick said, okay, but cool. Would have been, Bill says, would have been happy for Nolan to stay as captain. Don't think he would have played as much in the 15-16 season. No, that's very, very true, mate. Very, very good point. He's on a lot of money, doesn't play, just taking up a player's space. He's talking about Wilshere. Yeah, thanks, Henry. Henry, what about Nolan? Would you take Nolan as captain if he hadn't have moved on in the 14-15 season? Henry is on 100 grand a week. Neil Ross says Nolan did get sent off a few times, so it was up to Slav. Agreed. Love to have a suspension around Christmas every single season, year in, year out. Would always have that. So yeah, it's an interesting one. Aaron says I don't think Noble should start. He really is slow and has passed his time to play, but we need to have a captain who will run. Don't get me wrong, I love Noble, but is just slow. All right, mate. Well, even though that's not part of the conversation, that's fine. Who would you have as captain in that case? Who would you have as captain? Bill says it's such a shame about Wilshere. Such good technical ability and can run games easily when on good form and fit, but was always going to be a gamble. If he was always fit, he'd still be at Arsenal now. Very, very good point there, mate. 100%. Yeah, cannot disagree with you. Who do you think will be the most important player next season? Can't tell you about Nick because we don't know when we're going to have a season. We don't even know if this season's what happens going to happen with this season yet. So next season is just completely out of the water because we just have no idea. Absolutely no idea. Guys, anyone in the chat got their answer for that? By all means, go for it. Henry talks about Nolan. Yes, he was good. Neil Ross says, yes, I remember that too. About his legs, I'm guessing. Vernon says Wilshere is borderline world class, but unfortunately is another Ashton and will probably have to retire early. Yeah, very, very true. Bex is saying to Bill, yes, 100%. He would still be at Arsenal. He also has unfinished business there too. Yes, to a degree. Yeah, I can see that. Vernon, Harvey, and Wilshere is in a country in southwest England. He never managed to peak in his career. Yeah, agreed. Bill agrees. Darren agrees with you, Bill, as well. I don't know for a captain who you would have. Well, it kind of makes the point you don't want Noble for captain then. Love to keep Thomas. Souček, he looks really good. Maybe he could be a future captain. Not sure though. Too early to tell. Well, too early to. Totally, and he'd probably be captain of Arsenal as well. All right, so just going back to the original question. Project Restart seems to be around about the 12th to the 19th of January, and clubs are talking to their players. Do you think this is the most important thing that football's actually done for the last couple of months? Foshizi says, Wilshere should do the honourable thing and retire and refund the last 2 years' wages. Not a bad idea there, mate. Not a bad idea whatsoever. So anyone got any answers to the question I put to you? Bearing in mind, this is an open Q&A. So you can ask me anything as you want. Doesn't have to be football related. But it would be nice if you guys can answer the question at the same point. It really is a lag. Are you into cricket, JW? Don't know who JW is, mate. So, JW, if you were in the chat, please do. Just wondering, is JW? Foshizi says, tell us the joke from the other day. I'm surprised Rebecca hasn't asked me that one yet, but no, I won't. We've got kids in the chat. I can't say it. But guys, can you answer the question about Project Restart? Honestly, I thought you were focusing, Wally. Honestly, what's wrong with you, sunshine? Project Restart seems to be around about the 12th to the 19th of June, potentially, but clubs are asking their players what their opinions are about it. So what do you think? Honestly, it's not like I'm asking you to narrow down pi to 15,000 places. I've asked the question 3 times now. Or shall I just let you guys talk? Wally says June. That's crazy. Avoid the season. Henry Richard says football's not important. It's more about safety of the people involved with the game too soon. But the question originally was, are clubs right to be asking the players about their opinions before a decision is made? Good evening, Gio. Hope you're all right, mate. Rex, it's a June is too soon, I think. But second part of the question, please, as well. About clubs asking the players. Foshi says, I think it's a waiting game, but ultimately void the season. Says it's too soon to restart. I can't see anything until September. Yep. Stop telling us off. We're doing our best. How? I thought you guys can multitask. Apparently not. Charlie, good evening, mate. Hope you're all right. Congratulations on your victory last night, by the way, fella. Really entertaining watching that. Very, very good. And I tweeted you the cheese, the squeezy cheese stuff. So let me know if you're going to be buying it, mate. Vernon says, what happened in Germany has already discussed. Should answer that question. I wasn't asking about Germany. Garage football. A number of players like Aguero and Murray have expressed concerns about returning. The Premier League needs to be patient. 100%. Darren says they should be asking players, in my opinion. Yeah, exactly. That's what the question is. Second part of the question: do I need to show my working out? No, I've asked you about what you think about the clubs asking the players before a decision is made. Vernon says need to wait on the government to give direction. give direction based on what the top NHS doctors say, not the players. Right, but surely your employers, Vernon, are just as important. So your employees, I should say, are just as important. So they can go to the club and say, right, the unanimous decision of our players is this, and then someone else's is that, etc., etc. Roberto aggressive. The clubs that's asking players is just publicity. They only really care about the money. Yeah, agreed. Ian says juniors far too seem to guarantee players and staff safety. I'm sure most fit players are saying they don't want to risk anyone else's health. Agreed. Henry says that yes, they was asked and some of them don't want to play. Gio says they need to go back one day soon. Football is still a business, of course. And Harrison says I think they should ask the players, but most of them won't want to play as safety is more important than playing football. Does the Tesco worker get a say when they go to work? Nope, it's a business. But to a degree they do, Gio. To a degree they do. But I know what you mean. Wally was just start a new season in September and leave it at that. Players can be consulted, but someone has to just make a decision and final. Yeah, and agreed. And as we've all been saying for a while, it's between the government to give their advice, and then the Premier League clubs, all other clubs for that matter, take it on advisement of what they're actually going to be doing. Foshi says the players are employees; they have a right to voice their concerns. Agreed, 100%. Beck says wish they'd focus on working out next season. To be honest, and yes, of course they should be asking the players. Will they listen? Probably not. Good point. Vernon says players need good info to make a decision. As an employee, I want to hear what the doctors advise. The Colne players evidently agreed to go back and they have the virus. Agreed. Football isn't essential business, so they should voice their concern. Agreed. Peter Jones, hello mate. Tesco's is an essential business. Football is not. Yeah. Bums. Okay, so coming back to the question that Ian asked earlier in this about clubs needing football. I wanted to show your attention to this if you haven't already seen it. It's the BBC website in relation to who makes the most money from match days. Now this is quite interesting. Total match day income for the 18 to 19 season, leading well ahead of £110 million, is Man United. 96 something, maybe it's 97, about 97 million from Arsenal, 84 million for Liverpool, 81.5 by the looks of it for Tottenham. Chelsea made 68 million, Man City made about 56 million. West Ham made 19 million for 29 million from match day revenue. Newcastle about 13 million by the looks of it. 23 million, I should say. Brighton 19, Southampton 18, Leicester 15, and so on and so forth. So that's how much money so the bigger clubs do need. I mean, for obvious reasons, Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool, Tottenham, Arsenal, and Man United have had a big jumps over everybody else, which is completely understandable. And then if we go down to match day income per match, Man United again just over £4 million per game as match day. Arsenal just under 3.5 million. Tottenham just over 3 million. Liverpool just over 3 million. Tottenham 2.75 million. Chelsea just over 2 million. Man City 1.75 by the looks of it. West Ham £1.25 million. So what was the point in the bloody move? If that's the case, I mean, obviously this is more because obviously Man City, Chelsea, Spurs, Liverpool, Arsenal, and Man United have longer campaigns in Europe. They have longer campaigns in the cups than we do. And then we've got Newcastle at just over 1.1 million. Brighton £750,000. Southampton again just around about £750,000. Leicester again same sort of thing. And then as if Cardiff, and then Palace, Cardiff, Fulham, and Wolves all make $500,000 per match game. And this is the difference between where match day revenue counts in terms of total share of the income by the year. Right at the start of the Premier League in 1993, 42% match day was of their total income, and now all the way down to last at the end of last season. Well, the end of the last year, in fact, just over 12% of match day revenue has come in as revenue. So match day revenue really doesn't matter, unfortunately, nowadays, because a lot of clubs, lot of clubs absolutely don't need it in terms. Okay, so going back to what you guys are saying, but as I say, let me know your thoughts on the match day revenues, of course. I mean, does it shock you? I mean, are you surprised by it? Do you let me know your thoughts on it. I think they need to put the season to an end. I can't see them being able to play this year at this rate, then start afresh next season. Gio is having a bit of an argument with Peter, saying people on construction sites of a non-essential building, but they are deemed as that. Wally says, what is match day revenue? So basically it's ticket sales, shirts, food, drink, because after a certain percentage, West Ham getting the money on it, but it's mostly match programs, that sort of thing. So Man United must make a lot on merchandise. Yeah, I mean, obviously, their stadium capacities, ticket sales, and Europa Leagues, and all that sort of stuff, and FA Cups, and all the other scarves as well, for that matter. Anything with Man United that they sell on the day. Now, coming to Nick's question that he posed last night, and he also recommented on as well. Nick, yes, I have watched. I've basically done a gonzo of the Zaracho, I think you pronounce it. And I watched his best of videos that have been on YouTube, and I'm not really taking much into that, mate, because at the end of the day, as I said, it's just a highlight reel more than anything else. It's showing his best. It has shown a few things in terms of his ability. I mean, again, like I said with Anderson, it looks like he's got a very, very good right foot. He's got some good. He looks very match aware, but as I said, it was just it's his highlight reel. It's absolutely his highlight reel. Robert says everything is all about the advertisements and TV money. It has nothing to do with appearing the fans, appeasing the fans with bringing football back. It's to fill their pockets. Yeah, we've kind of moved on from that, mate. Bill says match day income is important for Premier League clubs, but it's even more vital for EFL clubs. It's important for every single club. Absolutely vital for every single club, league or non-league. Match. It's the same importance for the women's groups. It's the same importance for the Sunday, the pub clubs. So the pub teams. It's important for every single football club. Rebecca says, "Yeah, absolutely is important for EFL clubs." Nick says, "Okay, thanks for looking, mate." Yeah, well, I say, I mean, if and when we ever get football back, mate, I'll have a look to see. I'll have a look to see what's going on with him in more detail, because I don't get a lot of time to watch. I don't get a lot of time to watch European football. I mean, most of my time is spent researching for videos and stuff, including the stuff today that I researched that some of you have answered questions on. It takes up more time than you think, fella. It does. Gold, Sullivan, Brady won't sell till they've got the stadium themselves. No point selling a club with a stadium you rent. Agreed. I'm not sure where that's kind of come from. But if games are going to be behind closed doors for the 12, 18 months, then they aren't going to get revenue. They'll be going to get that revenue anyway. Exactly, Vernon. And that's kind of the point. They will still be getting, online stores, merchandise and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, agreed, 100%. That's why I'm saying that some of the clubs don't actually need to have it, because some of them don't actually make a lot of money. For example, Bournemouth, Huddersfield, Bournemouth, Burnley, Watford, Wolves, Fulham, Crystal Palace, Cardiff. That's right, Crystal Palace, and then Everton, Leicester, Southampton, Brighton, Newcastle. Brighton. All those clubs don't make don't make more than $1 million per game. So from their point of view, it doesn't really have that much of a detrimental effect on their wages. So yes, I've just seen Harrison saying, so when do you think Gold, Celebrate will sell the club, or do you think they will pass it down to their family? I honestly think that, but Bex is 100% right. Absolutely, completely. There's no club to sell. There's only the squad and the staff, and that's it. And the club shop. That's it to sell. That's it. There's nothing else. Bill agrees with you, spot on. GBS. It's about GBS. They ain't going anywhere anytime soon. But yeah. All right, guys. We're just over the halfway mark for this. Now, for those that are watching that aren't subscribed already, please do so, because 2/3 of everybody that's been watching these videos over the last 4 weeks aren't subscribed. So you would massively pushed up the subscriber count, and you would have been able to hear me play this tonight if you'd have subscribed in the last 24 hours. We had 2 people unsubscribe last night, and we've had a new subscriber today. So we're currently 3 away from 1,530. That really seems to be a bit of a glass ceiling at the moment. But yeah, so if you guys, if we get 3 subscribers tonight, and they are genuine subscribers, yeah, if we get 3 subscribers within the next 22 minutes, then I guarantee you I will play a song on this tonight. It's my brand new baby. This is my birthday present to myself, because as you guys know, it's my birthday on this coming Sunday, and this is absolutely beautiful, and I really want to let you hear you guys hear it, but I can't, because we haven't hit any of the targets that I've put yet. So if you're watching this, because there's 25 people in the watching this at the minute, but there's only a few people that are commenting at the minute, so I'm sure at least 18-19 of you are not subscribed at the minute. So guys, if you like the channel, because this will be going on every single night until there's the lockdown, so we all interact with each other. So yeah, we just all need 3 more subscribers for me to sing a song, and if you get that, then I'll leave it open to you within reason for what song it should be. Wally was attempting us with the guitar hanging there. Exactly, that's the whole point. Well, I'm sitting down, mate. This is it's on a guitar stand, but yes, that's kind of the point. Because look, I'm a man of my word. Everybody that knows me, if I say I'm going to do something, I do it. Yeah. So let's go. Gio says we might be best of the rest in league for match due revenue, but when do it per fan, we drop a few places in the revenue table. Agreed, 100%, mate. I mean, apart from the home and away strip that I bought this season, the only reason why I bought I bought another one, which I bought this morning, which is the FA Cup final, the proper one with the Admiral bits on it and everything. I can't wait for that. Otherwise, I wouldn't. Ian, don't be cheeky. If I unsubscribe, then resubscribe, does that count? No, it doesn't, because it just counteracts what you did beforehand. Robert says, I want some Wonderwall. Come on, JP. Well, there's the capo for it, mate. Let's get some subscribers going, guys. If you want to hear me do Wonderwall, and trust me, I played it earlier today, and it sounds absolutely brilliant on that. It's nowhere near as close as the jumbo acoustic that Noel Gallagher used when he recorded it, but yeah, it sounds brilliant. It really does sound good. Nick says, mate, check who isn't subscribed and call them out, and they'll subscribe. I don't know, because a lot of people, when you first sign up to YouTube, it automatically blocks if you subscribe. It doesn't show if you're subscribing or not, which is why when I said I was trying to get to 1,000 subscribers at the summer, I said, yeah, and anyone that subscribes have to turn your privacy subscription settings off. Vernon says, bubbles on the guitar, please. Well, yeah, possibly. If people do it. See what the overall. Harrison says, did you buy that guitar yourself? Did someone in your family buy it for you? Looks very nice, GP. I bought it myself. Absolute bargain. It's not brilliant, but it's, as I say, for no, Wally, it isn't. Can you see it from there? Yeah, there you go. You can just about see it. If you can't, and there you go. It's an Epi. I love Epiphone guitars. When I used to be in my band, I used to have an Epiphone Casino. What's it called? Royale, I think it is, or something. I can't remember what it was then, but it's a beautiful. I love Epiphones. I really, really do. What he wants, Freebird. It's not easy on your own, mate. It really isn't easy on your own. Unknown Driller, since this is an open discussion, I've got something that's been on my mind for a long time. I think Felipe Anderson deserves another season. Okay, fair enough. Nathaniel James has come out of the woodwork. As I said, can't blanch for the random questions. How much do you weigh? It's about 14 and a half stone now, because I've put on a bit of weight over the last few weeks. Play us a song, get us hashtag subscribe to the channel. JP, give the people what they want. Mate, I've said it. Look, I've given the carrots. I've said 3 subscribers. I've said 1,600 for the live gig by this Sunday, and nobody's subscribing, so nobody wants to hear me. Is that a Bond film? Yes, Casino Royale is a Bond film, but it's also a mega guitar, mate. For example, the ones that that Paul Weller uses, and John Lennon used as well, for that man. Loads of other bands. Darren said, I maybe need 3 subscribers to save, and after all. Wally says, yeah, he agrees with Driller. He loves Anderson. You can do it as much as you want, but you don't get the target, you don't get the treat. Anyone subscribed yet? Someone's unsubscribed. See, you guys don't want me to sing. You don't want me to sing. We're down to 4 people that need to subscribe now. You don't want me to sing. Because seems to be the consensus that nobody wants me to sing. FX says I can't subscribe any more than I already am. Well, I know. But that's the point. You guys know me. I like to do things a little bit differently. But someone's unsubscribed, so we need 4 subscribers now within the next 15 minutes in order to get a track out. He feels like a naughty child. Well, it's been out there for a week. I literally said it. I said it all of the majority of last week, and I'm saying it again today. Subscribe if you want to do it. Unknown says John Lennon was shot dead in August 1980 by a lone crazy man by the name of Charles Hinckley. No, he wasn't. He was killed in December of 1980 by oh God, what's his name now? Mark David Chapman. In no relation to the Mark David Chapman that's on BBC. Wally says, I will subscribe with my second account if you play us half a song. It won't make any difference. We won't get there. We won't get there. Nathan says, have you ever been angry when you try and stop the microwave before it beeps? Nope. I think everyone has put white on as we all go to the cupboard now when we're bored. Yeah, agreed, mate. Absolutely agreed. So come on, guys. We have literally, it's 46 minutes on the clock now, so we've got 14 minutes. So ask me any questions you want. And another one's unsubscribed. People don't want me to do it. 5 subscribers needed now. People don't want to do it. Harrison said, random question. Do you have a wife? Unfortunately not. Neil Ross says, I subscribed about half an hour before tonight's show. It was you. Thank you very much, Neil. Much appreciated. But 2 people have left it. Fo says, I'm already on a timeout, Becky. And Beck says, I'm always angry at the microwave. So, any other questions? Or should we wrap this up? Because 2 people have unsubscribed tonight. And we now need 5. Actually, no, someone else has unsubscribed. We now need 6. I'm not making this up. I'm not making this up. And I will show you that I'm not making this up before anybody asks as well. Vernon says, why do you think football is so special to restart after versus other multi-billionaires industry like airlines? I don't. I never have. I've never said restart it. I've said right from the start, over the last 6 weeks, I've said cancel the season. We've had 3 quarters of the season played. Done. Wally says, how about just the chorus if I subscribe for my mate? No! Come on. But don't rather try and reverse psychology. Maybe if you play, you can get the 6 subscribers. Well, so true, Batman. Seriously, subscribe, people. I'm not the only one that says it. I'll literally put on the live count now, so you'll see. Gio says, unsubscribe due to lack of West Ham chat. When I do West Ham chat, hardly anyone responds to it. I'll put my questions to everybody. Beck says, I'm staying for the microwave chat, Hammers chat. Where are we? Let's get this information up for you guys. Honestly, I'm not joking with this. We have literally had three people unsubscribe tonight. It's a real shame. This is something completely different, and because it's completely different, people probably don't like it, which is fair enough. I mean, my channel's never been for everybody. I do this for my benefit as well as you guys, for that matter. I always make sure that I get your voices heard as much as possible, like everybody else. But yeah, maybe some people don't like the fact that there's alternative stuff out there. I mean, because there's nothing to talk about. Even Gio being the cheeky little monkey that he is. Where's that stuff gone? Anyway, America's in the chat. I saw NFL that was Americans in the chat. I saw that the NFL that was being played in the UK and Mexico will be played in the US now. Bill asks, who's your hammer of the year, JP? It's still going to be Ogbonna for me. I absolutely love him. It probably would have been It probably would have been. Sorry, I'm just multitasking here at the minute. It probably would have been. See, look, 1,524. I'm not making this stuff up. Not making this stuff up. We've got. I'll leave it sitting. No, I won't leave it sitting. That's bloody awful. But yeah, I'm not making this stuff up. Look, 1,524. We've got 6 people to subscribe. Henry says, according to the Express Hele is going for Batshuayi. Well, yes, we talked about this last night, Henry. And you know, it's a shame. It's a shame, but at the same point, it actually seems that Mitsu's actually wants to go back to Marseille, so returning to his family, I'm guessing. Jolly says Chio's a cheeky little monkey. Pass it on. But yeah, Bill, as I said, it would have been Fornals otherwise. Because he's come on leaps and bounds. It's just a shame he didn't start right from the beginning. Darren says Roberto for me, Bill, when he got on the plane to Spain. When he gets on the plane to Spain. Wally says those overseas NFL games are tough on the teams, so not surprised. Just go, yeah, I can imagine. Garage foot with that Darren Higgins is Roberto's pilot. Gio is a cheeky little hamster. Pass it on. Foshi says NFL London is awesome. So yeah, we've got 8 minutes left, guys. Anything else you guys want to talk about? Because you're not going to get hearing any songs, unfortunately, because 3 people don't like the format, unfortunately. As I say, which is understandable. It's fine. No, one back. Got one back. So 5 more to go. 5 more to go. Henry says he forgot he doesn't like us the bat. Nathaniel James asks if you could have a cup of tea with any current Premier League manager, who would it be? Ooh, guys, answer this question. I'd be interested to see what you guys say on this. It'd be very, very interesting. But for me, I'd have to say if it was just general conversation, it'll have to be Klopp. I think he's brilliant. For football conversation, it's Guardiola. Absolutely Guardiola. I think those two, they would make dream guests. They would be absolutely brilliant. I would love to have any football manager on here to talk about football tactics and all that sort of thing. Harrison says, guessing Neil from Down Under is asleep as he is in Australia. Yeah, more than likely, mate. The fans outside of Pep and Klopp, I'd say Howe and Rodgers. Yeah, good call there, Bill. Great call. But I read that article for you, Wally and Bill and Folk. That's cool. For me, Nathaniel says it may be Jose, although he may end up throwing the steaming cup on my face by the end. I dread to think what you'd ask him in that case, mate. I thought so. Gio says he'd love to speak to Chris Wilder. Wally's been what I'm saying is NFL is ridiculously complicated. Yeah, to a degree. Darren agrees. Eddie Howe as well. Bill says great shout, Gio. Nick Weiss says Warnock. Well, technically he was, yeah, twice. Or 3 times, in fact, actually, wasn't he? 3 times, 3 or 4 times. Vex says I'd have a cup of tea with Klopp so I could check out his teeth. Harrison says Jose wouldn't want to have a conversation. He would get grumpy with my spelling. Yeah, it shouldn't be over WhatsApp, Matt. That's for sure. Vernon says it has to be Moyes, but I'd spike the teeth to get good answers. Quality one there. Absolutely love it. Bill says Nuno Spentals, however you pronounce it, would be good as well. Manage some big clubs. He has a great, good thinking there. Good thinking there. So yeah, we're back down to 1524. So yeah, I'm just pretty much going to wrap it up there, guys, because unfortunately, as I said, we're not going to hit the target once again because people are leaving, as they generally are, which is fine. It's the channel. You know, I'm trying to do something a little bit different and get the conversation going. Absolutely. how many sugars that would really you get in to talk to Eddie Howe and to say how many sugars? There you go. Bye. Oh dear. But guys, thank you very, very much for watching. It's been a pleasure to talk to most of you because not everybody's been talking. For those that have been in the chat, Rebecca, Darren, Gio, Vernon, Nathaniel, Harrison, you know, it's been great to talk to you guys as always. And Bill, of course, from Garage Football, go check out Robert, of course. Foe, always a pleasure to talk to you guys. Henry, as again, Wally, as always, mate. Ian, cracking things you've said there tonight, mate. Say Vernon. It's been good to speak to each and every single one of you, as it always is. And Charlie, of course. But guys, thank you. All he said was hello. But guys, thank you very much for your time. As I will be back tomorrow night, as always, at 6:30. And we'll be doing this every single night. I'm trying to find things that for us to talk about, but it's not really that easy, especially when you're working full time. But yeah, guys, thank you very, very much for your time. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I'm going to go now shooting a video for Ian at Hammers Chat, talking about Antonio. So that should be a good one. But guys, enjoy yourselves. Look after yourselves. Stay safe. And I will see you all tomorrow. All the best now. Take care.